Hey guys, it's me, Keisha. I am back with another behind the scenes tea video. Today we're going to be discussing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Mimi Faust and her ex-bestie Ariane. Oh, the days when they were both on the show. That was nostalgic and you had to be there. You simply had to be there during their run on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. They were besties. They were always filming with each other. Mimi would often be filmed confiding in Ariane. Ariane would often try to give her advice that 9 times out of 10, Mimi would give her pushback on or simply just would not listen. And Ariane was just always there as the friend that was just trying to be that shoulder to lean on. She was always the voice of reason. She was always trying to talk some sense into her friend. She did not like the relationships that Mimi would find herself in often that were very toxic, drama filled, and negative. Like, she was just always Mimi's sidekick, pretty much. Like, we never really got to see Ariane really break out and have a storyline of her own. I think she might have done a little bit here and there, but we never really got to see her branch out and become her own person on the show. Her storyline was always revolved around Mimi, to the point where people were saying they were lesbian lovers and that she was in love with Mimi and that she was Mimi's like lap dog. And then they just fell out and their friendship was over, and we never really got the opportunity to really find out what happened between them. Why did they fall out? Because they were such good friends for such a long time. Well, when Mimi sat down and did an interview on Carlos King's YouTube channel for his Messy Mondays, the question was brought up and Mimi answered. So let's see what she had to say on why and how her friendship with Ariane dissolved.
Did the dynamic between you and Ariane shift when she came on the show?
Absolutely. The dynamic shifted as soon as those cameras started rolling. Ariane began to befriend everyone that disliked me, began to have conversations and do things with everyone who disliked me for the spotlight. If you are my friend, you are not going to be Nico's wife's muse. You are not going to side with K. Michelle and give her the flowers to hit me in the face.
Oh, I remember that.
You are not going to do these things if you are my friend. So these things I saw in real time that were happening that just was like, it was aha moments. I had so many aha moments. But at the end of the day, I gave her grace still. But this is my friend. But she's my friend. But she's my friend. And I kept forgiving and forgiving. And at some point, I'm like, nah. My friend, someone who said they're my best friend, would not do these things to me.
Right.
My best friend is not going to scoot over and let Jocelyn sit next to me to slap me or throw something in my face.
Oh, I remember
my best
that
friend's
too.
not going to do that. And these are all the things that Ariane consistently did, scene after scene after scene.
Let's read some of the comments. Somebody said Ariane was a good friend to Mimi. Mimi changed when she got with Frico, mean Nico. Miss Kitty and Jay said, but she gave Stevie millions of chances. If you could forgive him, you should be able to forgive her. Kimmy Rock said Mimi kept lying about dumb stuff and Ariane got tired of the lies and started to do her own research on things. I remember that. Gianni said, I feel like Ariane was questioning Mimi about her BS and Mimi didn't like that. Yeah. The Aunt Dior wrote Ariane was a real friend to Mimi, but Mimi couldn't handle her friend being real. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, yes. And then lastly, I Am David Tate wrote, Mimi lied about who she was and what her role was from day one, especially when she was playing with Jocelyn and Stevie together, but acting like there was infidelity. Now, I don't remember everything verbatim from those seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta because let's face it, these were episodes that aired years and years and years and years ago, okay, that I have not seen or watched probably since it aired. But what I do remember about that time on the show is that Ariane was a really good friend to Mimi, really good friend. And I do remember that at one point Mimi was getting very upset and she was getting very disgruntled when Ariane started doing, like they said, research on her own and asking more questions and actually giving her pushback on a lot of the answers that Mimi was giving. Like she just wasn't taking everything for face value with her anymore because Mimi consistently was getting caught in lies. Remember when she lied about the Schmex tape with Nico and then finding out certain things about her and Jocelyn and Stevie and all of that stuff. It was just a shit show, okay? And I think that at some point Ariane got tired. Now, I don't remember why she was the muse for Nico's wife. I can't remember if they were cool. I think they might have been friends, her and the wife, if I'm not mistaken. And then as far as her befriending other people in the cast that did not like her, let's not act like you and Kay weren't cool at one point. All of y'all were friends. So just because you fell out with her don't mean that Ariane had to fall out with her too. And if that was the case, who would she have been friends on the show with? You know, you had issues with quite a few people on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Like, let's not forget that. Everybody pretty much liked Ariane, except for like Jocelyn, as far as I can remember. Ariane didn't really cause any trouble or start stuff with people. Like, she was cool with everybody. But one thing that I've noticed about Mimi over the years is that everything is always done to her. Like she never holds herself accountable for anything that has transpired in her life that we have seen. Like it's always Stevie did this, Jocelyn did this, K. Michelle did this, Nico did this, Ariane did this. Like everything is something that somebody did to her. Like she never takes accountability for her part in it, or where she messed up, or where she might have contributed to the fallout negatively. Like she's the perpetual victim in everything that happens to her, even with her relationship with Ty. Ty is the villain, and it's just like, girl, take responsibility for something, ma'am. It's always an excuse. It's always pointing the fingers outward and not inward. And that's what really bothers me about her, because I feel like she's saying that Ariane changed as soon as the camera started. I think that's cap. I think that's a bunch of BS. A bunch of BS, because that girl stood 10 toes down for you, beside you, had your back, even though it was making her look stupid having your back. Like you, I will say, let the cameras change you. Let's not forget, after the whole situation with you and Jocelyn and Stevie got stale, you were the one that decided to extend your 5 minutes of fame, your 15 minutes of fame, by doing a Schmex tape to ensure that you could stay on the show longer. Like nobody put a pow pow to your head and made you do that. You were trying to keep up with the Joneses. You was trying to keep up with this gravy train that you were on, and trying to do any and everything that you could to stay in the spotlight. Mimi. So please stop. And one thing else about it, if Ariane had really came on there and was doing the most for the cameras, after you left the show, I think she left before you did. But if that was the case, we would have seen her continuously trying to be on different reality shows, trying to make her way back on there. I don't even know where Ariane is today. I ain't seen a picture of her. I don't know what that lady up to. I don't even know her Instagram page. Like, she has literally vanished. If y'all know anything about what she up to, please let me know down below in the comment section, because I have not heard about that lady, ain't seen that lady. I don't know what that lady got going on. I remember on the show she was trying to be a singer or something at one point. But other than that, like, I have not heard about Ariane, and I used to love her. She was so beautiful to me. I loved her little short haircut. Her makeup used to always be on point. Like, she was gorgeous, gorgeous. And so I feel like if she was really in it for the fame and the clout and the money and the attention, we would still be hearing from her. And we do not. We do not at all. At all. So I don't really know how I feel about that. Her reasoning for why they fell out. I feel like that is her version to make herself look and feel better. But I don't really think that that's the real true reason why they fell out. And another thing is that we have yet to see or hear Ariane speak negatively about Mimi. But Mimi always got something negative to say about somebody else. So let that marinate in your system. If y'all have heard anything about Ariane, like I said, let me know. If you've ever heard her side of the story on why they fell out, remind me, let me know down below in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love and adore you, T Squad. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.